If you're looking to get an auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union and you're unsure on what the process is going to be like, then I got you. You probably have questions like, how do I even get started on this car loan application? And do they even verify my income? And honestly, you're asking all of the right questions. So in this video, I'm just gonna be covering them all. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably gonna want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get to today's video. Okay, so if you're looking to finance a vehicle through Navy Federal, then first thing is first, you have to be banking with them. If you are not banking with them, then you will not be eligible to obtain an auto loan with Navy Federal. And if you're thinking, oh, okay, well, no problem, I'll just start banking with them then. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not anybody can just bank with Navy Federal. You have to be somewhat military related in order to start banking with Navy Federal Credit Union. If you guys would like a more in-depth video explaining on how to bank with Navy Federal, then there's plenty of other videos on my channel, or I'll even link it in the description below for you guys to watch. It'll be the first link. But anyways, once you are now banking with them, you are now eligible to receive an auto loan with them, and you can even refinance your existing loan with Navy Federal as well. In fact, that's what I did. I refinanced my BMW M3 with Navy Federal Credit Union because I was originally with a different lender at first. And they were charging me a bit more interest than Navy Federal was. And I believe the name of that lender was Ali Auto Financial, if I'm not mistaken. And don't get me wrong, they weren't too bad, but Navy Federal was just better, so obviously I'm gonna go with Navy Federal. And if you guys want to know on how to refinance your car with Navy Federal, I made a video on that as well, so feel free to browse my channel or just look in the description below. It'll be the second link. Okay, now let's move forward. Let's talk about how are you going to finance a car with Navy Federal. Okay, so for those that don't know, you can actually receive a car loan with Navy Federal without putting any money down. So in other words, 100% financing. I know plenty of people who have done this already and it always works every time. You can, however, put money down though if you want, and what that does is it's going to lower your monthly payment. But you do not have to, because again, Navy Federal will finance the whole thing for you at 100%. And it's good to go through Navy Federal for an auto loan because they typically have lower interest rates than almost every other lender. And also, not to mention, most people that I know got their auto loan through Navy Federal because it just makes the most sense not to put money down. But if you're looking to finance a new car, a used car, or even a classic car, then Navy Federal will do that for you. And the way to start doing this is you can either do it online on your computer, you can call the branch, you can show up at the branch, or you can even use the app on your phone. But honestly, the fastest, efficient, and most convenient way to do it, to get an auto loan with Navy Federal, is to just do it on the app on your phone. Really easy. I would highly recommend that you do it on the app on your phone because it is a fast and easy online application process, and you'll literally know within seconds if you are approved or not without even bothering anybody or talking to anybody. But once you start the application process, the app is going to ask you if you want a pre-approval, meaning that they just give you the check and you just go car shopping by yourself. Or if you want to refinance your car, or if you want to finance a new or used car through a dealership. Choose what best resonates with you. But after you choose one, they're going to ask for all of your contact information. They're going to want your phone number, they're going to want your email, and if you have a co-applicant, they're going to want all their information on there as well. They're also going to want to know your current housing information, like what are you paying rent or mortgage every month. And the reason they do this is because they want to see what your DTI is looking like every month, your debt to income ratio. So that way they know what you're able to pay back and whether you can afford it or not. But other information they're going to want is your employer name, what kind of business you do, how long have you been employed with these guys. They want to see all that because they want to see if you have steady income coming in every month to see if they can actually give you an auto loan. So yes, they're going to ask for what do you make annually every year, and also if you have any other additional income as well, because all of your income sources are going to be considered when deciding to approve you or deny you. And it'll also help you qualify for a larger loan amount, of course. But after all this information is put down there, they're going to ask you for the amount that you would like to finance. So for example, if the car you're trying to buy, if you think it's about $30,000, then you would put on the loan application that you are trying to receive a loan for $30,000. And after all that information is put in there, they're going to want to know the purchase price of the vehicle, the titles, the tags, the warranty, and also if you're choosing to put any money down. And they're also going to ask how long do you want the term of the loan to be. You can choose all the way from 1 to 6 to 8 years depending if it's a new vehicle or not. And by choosing how long you want this term to be, then that will determine your interest rate. Like if you decide to finance a car for only 3 years, then the lowest APR that they will offer is 4.54%. And if you decide to finance a new car, which is considered cars 2022 and up with less than 7,500 miles, then the highest APR will be 7.84% for 7 to 8 years. And to be eligible for that, the minimum loan amount is going to be $30,000 for a 7 to 8 year term. And if you guys decide to trade in your vehicle when you're buying a new car, you can do that, but they're going to want that car's information as well, all of that car's information. They're going to want the title, loan information, registration, etc., all that. But after you're done filling out the auto loan application, then you're going to want to go ahead and submit your application. And this is going to be a hard inquiry on your credit too, by the the way, so just beware. And also, more than likely, they're going to be pulling from your TransUnion, so just a quick heads up. And I would recommend to always keep your credit score above a 660. That's what I always promote on this channel. I mean, don't get me wrong, always try to aim for like the best credit score, like above the 800s, but always have your credit score of at least a minimum of 660 for best chances of approval. Because people with lower credit scores tend to get higher interest rates, and I'm almost pretty sure you don't want that. And also, one thing I do want to mention is your Navy Federal credit score, aka internal points. Navy Federal has their own crediting system that ranges anywhere from 100 all the way up to 450 points. And you typically want to be above the 250 range. And how you get these internal points is by building a relationship with Navy Federal. So just make sure that you're using some of their products already, and make sure that you have a direct deposit set up with Navy Federal, because a direct deposit with Navy Federal is really huge. They view that kind of stuff. And if you guys would like to know on how to build internal points, aka your Navy Federal credit score, then there's plenty of other videos on my channel, or I'll post it in the description below. It will be the third link. I literally talk about how to build internal points, and I show all the proof that you need in order to build a better relationship with Navy Federal. Again, it's in the third link. And also, if you guys could do me a favor and hit the like button, I would truly appreciate it, because it really helps me out a lot. But after you go ahead and submit your application, you'll literally know within seconds whether you've been approved or not instantly. And if you do get approved, then congratulations, you can now receive your check to buy your car. Okay, so to receive this check, you can do one of two things. You can either have it mailed to you, or you can go pick it up at the branch. And what most people tend to do is go pick it up at the branch. 9 times out of 10, you're probably already really eager to buy your car, so why wait? But if you end up going to the branch, then they're gonna ask for your ID, and they do this because they need to make sure that you are actually you. Once you go ahead and pick this check up, then you can start shopping for your dream car, as long as it's in the loan amount that you received. And if you're buying a car through a private seller or like a third party, then just make sure to receive all of the documents and make sure to get that pink slip. But if you're buying through a dealer on the other hand, then just hand them the check and they'll know exactly what to do with it. But just make sure before handing the check to anybody that the check is actually signed. And if the car that you're buying is less than the Navy Federal check amount that they gave you, then Navy Federal will be credited back that extra money. For example, if you're approved for $30,000, but the car you want is only $25,000, then that extra $5,000 will go back to Navy Federal. And keep in mind, Navy Federal will not accept rebuild or salvage titles. But once you receive your car title, make sure to hand it over to Navy Federal within 90 days of purchasing the vehicle, because that is one of their requirements. And also, one more thing before I start wrapping up, if you receive this check through Navy Federal and you don't use it within 90 days, then that check is going to be voided. But that's okay, because you can always reapply, so no need to worry. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. That's how you would finance a car through Navy Federal. Honestly, this is a really good auto loan, and one of the biggest reasons why people bank with Navy Federal is because they want to receive this auto loan at 100% financing. Like, if you can, why not put any money down when you're trying to buy a car, you know? 9 times out of 10, you're almost always gonna get approved. But let me know in the comments, what car are you trying to receive with this Navy Federal auto loan? For me, I refinanced my BMW M3, but if I can go back and finance this at 100%, I would have. So take advantage, because I put over $5,000 down when I bought my BMW M3, so had I known about Navy Federal back then I definitely would have financed the car through Navy Federal and took advantage of that 100% financing. But whatever, it is what it is. I refinanced with them, so that's all that matters now. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I do truly appreciate you guys. We're at 14,898 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I do appreciate all who watch. I do post weekly videos, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you guys can get notified every time I post a new video. And again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics like how to get high limits on your credit cards, how to start business credit. We talk about real estate, mortgage loan products, etc. So this is your one-stop shop. And for those that don't know, I'm a licensed real estate agent and a licensed mortgage loan originator here in Southern California. So if you're trying to buy or sell a home or trying to get financing for a home, all my information is in the description below. Again, thanks for watching. I go by the name of Ismael Sandiford, and I will see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.